In 2017, Epic Games had a problem. Fortnite, Save the World, was bleeding money. Years of development, millions of dollars. Barely anyone cared. Then PUBG exploded. Suddenly millions of people became obsessed with dropping onto an island and beating strangers to death with frying pans. Most companies would have spent years building a competitor. Epic spent weeks. They copied the formula at terrifying speed, launched Fortnite Battle Royale, and then made the decision that quietly broke the gaming industry forever. They made it free. Not cheap or free, because $30 makes people stop and think. Zero doesn't. Zero removes friction. Zero spreads through schools like a virus. And Epic understood something the industry was still too stupid to realize. If you get enough people inside the ecosystem for free, you can monetize them for years afterward. When video games stopped ending, games used to end. You bought the game, you played it, you finished it, then you moved on with your life like a functional human being. Fortnite was built differently. The game was never designed to end. That was the point. A player who finishes a game disappears. A player trapped inside a routine keeps generating money forever. So Fortnite slowly stopped feeling like entertainment. It became something else, a place, a habit, a social space. At some point, millions of kids stopped asking, like, do you own Fortnite? Like, now the question became like, are you on Fortnite tonight? That sounds small, it isn't, because that's the moment a game stops being a product and starts becoming part of your social life. And honestly, that's probably the real reason Fortnite became so powerful. That the game stopped competing with other games. Now it was competing with TikTok, YouTube, Discord, Netflix, sleep, homework, and sometimes basic hygiene. V-Bucks, the casino trick. Now this is where things start getting a little evil. Fortnite almost never asked kids for real money directly. Instead, it asked for V-Bucks, bright digital tokens carefully designed to feel emotionally disconnected from actual spending. Because 2,400 V-Bucks sounds harmless. $20 for a digital costume sounds insane. Casinos learned this trick decades ago. The moment money turns into colorful chips, the brain stops treating it carefully, and Fortnite pushed this system everywhere. Like, a skin costs 2,400 V-Bucks, but the shop sells 1,000, 2,800, 5,000, which means players almost always buy more than they actually need. Now leftover V-Bucks stay trapped in the account. Too little to buy something useful, too much to ignore. So the account starts feeling unfinished until more money gets added, and somehow everybody just accepted this as normal. Which is honestly insane if you think about it. For more than 10 seconds. Millions of children carrying around digital casino chips connected directly to their parents' credit cards, inside a cartoon game. And here's the part most people never think about. Fortnite made billions selling cosmetics that do absolutely nothing. No extra skill, no extra damage, no competitive advantage, just outfits. Humanity somehow created a global economy around digital outfits worn by cartoon characters holding assault rifles. And kids cared about those outfits a lot, because eventually Fortnite stopped selling cosmetics. It started selling social status, the Battle Pass machine. Then Epic introduced the Battle Pass, and this thing quietly rewired player behavior across the entire industry. Before Fortnite, games wanted your money. Now games wanted your attendance. Daily objectives, weekly rewards, XP bars, seasonal unlocks, countdown timers screaming, only 48 hours left. Games stopped fitting around your schedule, and your schedule started fitting around the game. And the weird part, players didn't feel manipulated. They felt guilty, because once somebody buys a battle pass, missing rewards starts feeling like wasting money. Kids started treating battle passes like unfinished homework they already paid for. And eventually millions of players stopped logging in because they were excited. They logged in because they felt pressure to not miss rewards, pressure to keep up with friends, pressure to avoid becoming the only person in the lobby wearing last season's skin, like some digital homeless guy. That sounds ridiculous, but social status inside Fortnite became so important that some kids were genuinely embarrassed by default cosmetics. And a video game accidentally turned cosmetic insecurity into playground social hierarchy. And the industry watched this happen and said, interesting, let's do that too. The industry panicked. The moment publishers saw Fortnite printing billions, something inside the industry broke. Every executive suddenly wanted live services, daily retention, engagement metrics, seasonal progression, cosmetic shops, recurring revenue. Entire studios got dragged into systems they were never designed for. Halo Infinite launched with progression systems players hated. Suicide Squad transformed superheroes into a live service treadmill. Concord reportedly burned hundreds of millions chasing an audience that no longer cared. Because suddenly making a good game wasn't enough anymore. Now games needed to become permanent. Permanent engagement, permanent monetization, permanent psychological presence. At some point, parts of the industry quietly stopped designing games. They started designing routines. And honestly, that might be Fortnite's real legacy, and not Battle Royale, not dances, not emotes. The real legacy was teaching the industry that emotionally trapping players was more profitable than simply making a great game. The funniest irony of all, Epic Games spent years publicly attacking Apple and Google for taking 30% cuts from developers. Tim Sweeney positioned himself as the rebel fighting digital monopolies. Meanwhile, Fortnite quietly became one of the most aggressively controlled ecosystems in gaming. Epic controlled the currency, the storefront, the creator economy, the visibility, the item rotation, and the psychological systems keeping players inside the game. The company screaming about digital landlords slowly turned into one. Except this time, the landlord was dressed like a cartoon banana holding a shotgun. The real product. Here's the uncomfortable truth underneath Fortnite. Epic Games barely sells video games anymore. The real product is routine. Checking the item shop before bed, logging in so rewards don't expire, coming back because your friends already live there too. And this might be Fortnite's biggest achievement. The game didn't just monetize players. It normalized the idea that entertainment should constantly follow you, pressure you, and occupy space inside your daily life. Games used to compete for your money. Now they compete for your habits, your attention, your routines, your friendships, your fear of missing out, because once a company successfully installs itself into your daily behavior, you stop behaving like a customer. You become infrastructure. This is broke genius. See you in the next one.